In this video, I'm going to show you how to get started playing the bassoon if you currently or previously have played the clarinet. And even if you haven't played the clarinet, but you're still starting out on the bassoon, stick around because a lot of this information I'm going to give you is going to be helpful to anybody starting out on the bassoon. My name is Natalie Law, and I am a bassoonist and a music educator, and one of my favorite things to do is help people learn how to play the bassoon. Switching to the bassoon can be a really intimidating and nerve-wracking thing, especially if you're used to playing another instrument. This video is intended just to give you the top things that I feel you need to know just to get started playing the bassoon. Of course, it's not a comprehensive list of things you need to know, and that's why I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, because I upload weekly videos on tips and tricks on how to get started playing the bassoon. And you can also check out my website, which I'll link down to in the description, and there are more resources such as private Zoom lessons, as well as the ability to buy reeds online. As a clarinet player, you are used to playing a much smaller instrument that's right in front of you. When you switch to the bassoon, it's going to feel a little bit different because you have this larger instrument coming over from the side. You're going to place your seat strap across the chair, and you want to have it as close to the edge as possible. Once you have the seat strap settled and you sat down, you can put the end of your bassoon into the seat strap, and you should be able to hold your bassoon like this, and the seat strap will hold the majority of the weight of the bassoon. So you want to make sure that you are sitting in an upright position, you're not leaning forward, you're not slouching back in your chair, you're in a comfortable upright position. And then you want to bring the bassoon in front of you like this, and your bassoon might be too high or it might be too low. You want the vocal and the reed to come in at a straight line to your mouth. So you may need to adjust the seat strap up or down just to get it in the right spot. Once you have it in this spot where it's across your body, you're in a comfortable upright position, now you're going to place your fingers. You're going to place your left hand fingers just like this, 1, 2, 3, and you may actually have a key here instead of a hole, and that's totally fine. Your third finger on your left hand still goes right here. On the right hand, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and that's going to be your home position for your hands and your fingering. So this is a view of the backside of the bassoon that you will see, and your right thumb is going to be placed where mine is, over what is called the B flat key, and your left thumb is going to be placed right here over what is called the whisper key. And this is kind of your home base. This is where your thumbs are going to hang out, not necessarily pressing the keys down, but this is where you're going to start from. And then as you learn more fingerings, your thumbs are going to move around, slide around on these keys, and then you'll be able to play other fingerings. One big difference between the clarinet and the bassoon is your embouchure. Embouchure is just a fancy word for how your mouth fits around the reed. As a clarinet player, you most likely have been taught to have more of a flat and pointed chin. And with bassoon, we don't really focus on that so much. But you will notice that when you have a bassoon embouchure, there are several things that are similar. You are going to have your corners pulled in, and you're going to have your lower lip cover your bottom teeth. And you'll notice in general that in order to play in tune and have a good sound on the bassoon, you have to have kind of a taller, more open embouchure to be able to play. Step number 1, make a whistling face. And even if you can't whistle, just pretend like you can. Step number 2, while making the whistling face, roll your bottom lip just slightly over your bottom teeth. So it looks like this. Step number 3, make sure that your top lip is just slightly forward of the bottom lip. If you were to look at your embouchure from the side, it should be about 2/3 of the way up on the reed. One major difference between the clarinet and the bassoon embouchure is that your teeth do not touch the reed. Your teeth never come into contact with the reed when you are playing the bassoon. Another important aspect of playing the bassoon is tonguing or articulation, how your tongue touches the reed when you play. Just behind the tip of the top of your tongue is where you want to hit the tip of the bottom blade on the reed. This placement may be a little bit similar to how you play clarinet in terms of where your tongue is making contact with the reed. Once you've got your embouchure and your tongue figured out and set up in place, try to make some sounds on just the reed without putting it on the bassoon first, and make sure that you've got your tonguing and your embouchure set up correctly. You want to try and make a tu or a do syllable when you are playing the bassoon. Try do to start with, and you try and do exactly what I'm doing with just the reed. And make sure that as you're doing this exercise that your air is constantly going. It's never stopping. It doesn't sound like, but it should sound like. Your airstream is constantly moving, and your tongue is just making these tiny little interruptions in the airstream as it's making contact with the reed. And that's how you articulate, that's how you tongue on the bassoon. I hope this video was helpful to you today, and if it was, I hope that you hit the like button and the subscribe button, and then you'll stay up to date whenever I upload videos that might help you get started playing the bassoon. If you have any other questions about things that you're struggling with or things that you might want me to cover in a future video, please go ahead and comment down below and I will do my best to help you out.